How to lose the fear of the massive harassment and bullying by the local authorities' financial department against the residents who fall into arrears. Extract from the book. Example of a reply. On the 13th of February, 2024, at 10:35, Revenues wrote. Official Mrs. X Council Tax Account Number XX448776 The Lodge Station Road Dear X. Further to your email below. I have attached the documents / copies of emails as requested. Your account remains unpaid with the enforcement agent. Yours sincerely David Sills, Revenues Team Leader, Rushcliffe Borough Council. Reply to Mr. Sills. The 13th of February, 2024. Rushcliffe Borough Council Revenues Team Leader. Reaccount No, XX44876. Dear David Sills. Thank you for your letter by email 10:35 on the 13th of February, 2024. Well David, we are entering Alice in Wonderland territory, sentence first, verdict afterwards. The complaint must come first, followed by the issue of a summons. My summons was invalid on the face of it through non-compliance. I was issued a summons with many others in a bulk listing with a summons stating issue date the 29th of November, 2023. This summons was issued before the court legal advisor approved the bulk listing complaint on the 4th of December, 2023. The impression given is that it is in fact the council which is in charge of the council tax hearings. Justices Clerks Society Procedure in Liability Order Applications dated April 2011. 5 procedures prior to the hearing. The court and its staff should not give the impression that the council is in charge of the process. Justices Clerks Society Procedure in Liability Order Applications dated April 2011. 1 procedure, issuing summons. The council deliver one or more complaint lists to the court with their fee, or an understanding to pay it later. The list is reviewed by a legal advisor with delegated powers who issues the summons. Either one copy of the list is returned to the council and the court retains the other endorsed list, or the court retains a single endorsed list and the council is informed of the outcome. In reality it is extremely unlikely that any summonses will not be issued, so this does not need to be a detailed notification. The council then print the summonses. I think it is time to bring this to the attention of my MP and Moj, who it has been suggested referring to, given there is a parliamentary precedent from 2009. Council tax enforcement in magistrates' courts. Bridget Prentice made this statement concerning council tax enforcement in magistrates' courts. The Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State, Ministry of Justice, Bridget Prentice. Local authorities use the magistrates' courts to enforce non-payment of council tax. This process begins with an application, called a complaint, for the court to issue a summons informing the individual that the local authority is seeking unpaid council tax and asking the individual to attend court if they wish to challenge the court making a liability order for that amount. The issue of a summons for non-payment of council tax or non-domestic rates must be authorized by a justice of the peace or legal advisor with delegated powers from a justice's clerk. Fees are chargeable and the decision of the court at the hearing must be recorded in a court register. Investigations by Her Majesty's Courts Service, HMCS, staff have identified examples of a small number of magistrates' courts failing to follow the correct procedures. In particular, HMCS has identified examples of fees not being charged to local authorities for issuing proceedings and some examples of a failure at Salford Magistrates' Court to enter the results of applications for liability orders on the court register. More seriously, 2 magistrates' courts, Rochdale and Salford, permitted the local authorities to issue summonses requiring attendance at court without the authorization of the court. This was a clear procedural failing and was immediately stopped when it came to light. Individuals and the magistrates concerned in subsequently hearing cases would not have been aware of this irregularity. In all such cases, individuals would have had ample opportunity to attend court if they wished to challenge the liability to have the non-payment enforced against them. However, they would not have been aware that the summons had not been properly issued. Had the summonses been correctly issued, there is no reason to think the consequences would have been any different in practice. Individuals should pay their council tax and this House would expect non-payment to be properly enforced. Given the paucity of information available, it is not practicable to identify the individuals concerned. The issues identified in Rochdale and Salford have been fully investigated, and I am satisfied that correct procedures are now in place. A national check was carried out that revealed no similar practices, and all courts have been reminded of the importance of following the correct procedures. You state, your account remains unpaid with the enforcement agent, on the condition that all summons costs and enforcement agents removed. I will consider making a direct arrangement to pay £20 per month off arrears, considering I will shortly receiving a demand for 2024 to 25. Yours faithfully. On the 14th of February, 2024, at 9:48, Revenues wrote. Official Good Morning Recouncil Tax Account number 405448665 The Lodge. Thank you for your letter attached to this email. The complaint list was provided to the Nottingham Magistrates Court on 29 November, 2023. It was signed and returned, and summons were then produced and sent out. The correct procedures have been followed and the liability order is valid. Please contact the enforcement agents Penham Excel Limited to arrange payment. Kind regards, Julie Villiers, Revenues Officer, Rushcliffe Borough Council. Reply the 18th of February, 2024. Nottingham Magistrates Court Legal Advisors, Rushcliffe Borough Council, Revenues Officer. Reaccount No. XX44876. Dear Julie Villiers, thank you for your letter by email 9:45 on the 14th of February, 2024. You state that the correct procedures have been followed and the liability order is valid. It seems that the correct procedure was not followed, as the authority to print and issue the summons was not given to the Council until the 4th of December, 2023 by the Court Legal Advisor for the hearing on the 18th of December, 2023. The Council failed to give me 14 clear days notice of the hearing. For council tax there must be at least 14 clear days. It seems I have remedy by way of application for the summons to be dismissed by the Magistrates Court, or by way of judicial review application no later than the 18th of March, 2024. Yours faithfully. Council's reply official. Dear X, thank you for your email of the 14th of February, 2024, and your comments are noted. I would confirm that I have withdrawn your account from the enforcement agent. I have removed the liability order and summons from your account along with the associated costs. I note we have since received a direct debit mandate from you. I have arranged for your payment facility to be updated. A copy council tax demand is attached and a hard copy is being issued by post. May I take this opportunity to apologize for any undue stress or inconvenience this matter may have caused. David Sills.